Who am I? What am I? Now, I know what you're thinking. The poor rabbi, he's having a senior's moment. He's forgotten who he is. Poor old guy, probably puts his pants on backwards most days and doesn't realize until lunchtime. But in fact, that's not what's happening. Rather, my question is, am I a body or a soul, or both, or maybe neither? Jewish sources are clear. Every person, man, woman, child, senior citizen, Jew, non-Jew, and even lawyers and Collingwood supporters have a soul. I know, shocking, right? Now, a soul is a little spark of the infinite, a little piece of Hashem that's our essence. And yet, there's no question that we also have a body. When I look in the mirror, it's not my soul that I see, it's my body. Okay, so if I'm a body, what if I lose some of my body? Let's say I get a haircut. Afterwards, is there less of me than before? Well, technically speaking, yes, there is less of my body. And if you were to weigh me with an accurate enough scale, I would weigh less. But we don't think of it as diminishing ourselves. We feel just as complete after our haircut as we did before. Let's say a person unfortunately has a limb amputated. If a person loses their leg, are they any less themselves? Again, technically speaking, yes, but in essence, no. An amputee is not an incomplete person. Rather, they're a complete person who's lost a leg. So it seems that although our bodies are an essential part of who we are, our body is not the entirety of who we are. I'm a soul and a body. And this is true, sort of. But I think a more accurate answer would be it depends. It depends on when we ask the question. See, there are different phases in a person's life, and depending on when we ask the question, we would get a different answer. For example, when a person wakes up, he goes into the bathroom and he looks in the mirror. What he sees looking back at himself is clearly a body. Then a few minutes later, when he says the first of the morning prayers, "Thank you, Hashem, for the soul you put in me," he's thanking Hashem for putting a soul in his body. Right now in this phase of his life, he's a body and a soul. But way back when, back before this guy was born, he didn't have a body. All he had was a soul. And that was the totality of him. Similarly, after 120 years, when he leaves this world, his body will return to the ground, but his soul will live on. Life doesn't end with the death of the body. So in that future phase, he will revert back to being only a soul. And then even further into the future, there's a foundational Jewish belief that there will be an eventual resurrection of the dead bodies. No, not the zombie kind. There will be a non-zombie kind of resurrection, at which point there will be a reunification of souls and bodies. During some phases of our lives, we are souls only. And during other phases of our life, we are bodies and souls. I want to leave you with a super important take-home message about what we said today. Right now, when you look in the mirror, you only see your body. So you might make the mistake and think that taking care of your body is the only thing that matters. After all, that's the bit that we can see. And the body looks and feels very important. And it is. But at some point in the future, we're all going to be either souls exclusively or at least souls predominantly. So a wise person will ensure that right now, they're not just taking care of their body, but they're taking care of their soul as well. I realize there are a lot of big ideas that came out this week. So if there are any specific ideas that you want us to cover, to explain in further detail, ask a question below and we'll try and cover it in an upcoming question.